Our chief correspondent, Kaveh Solokul, who I'm sure has got plenty of transfer news for us. You've been following Chelsea at the Club World Cup over in Florida there, Kaveh. Good to see you. Good evening to you. And I know you have news now on a long-standing transfer target. Give us more.
Yes, Chelsea are moving closer to agreeing a deal with Borussia Dortmund to sign Bynoe-Gittens. Now, both clubs, Chelsea and Dortmund, are out here in the States playing in the Club World Cup, and talks have been continuing between the two clubs over the past fortnight about a deal for Gittens. If we go back to the start of this month, of course, during that first transfer window of the summer, Chelsea were trying to sign him then, but they weren't able to do a deal before the first deadline day on June the 10th. But we always told you that Chelsea would go back in for him, and they have gone back in for him. And the latest information we have is that a deal is now getting close. Gittens himself actually hasn't been feeling too well. The Dortmund head coach, Niko Kovac, told us a few days ago that he'd been affected because it's too hot outside and it's too cold inside the Dortmund hotel. So he'd picked up a sort of virus or flu. He missed their game a couple of days ago against Ulsan HD. We have to wait and see whether he'll feature in their round of 16 game, which I think is on Tuesday against Monterrey. Chelsea, of course, are playing tomorrow against Benfica in their round of 16 game against Charlotte. But definitely the direction of travel is that Gittens will become a Chelsea player. I'm not sure how much the deal will be worth. I think around the 55 million euro mark they'll have to end up paying for him. Chelsea, we've told you for a couple of weeks, will definitely sign at least one more wide player because Jadon Sancho has left, Mykhailo Mudryk is unavailable at the moment, and Gittens has been their top target.
Kaveh, it's Mark in the studio here. Great to see you in action over the course of the Club World Cup. Let's look at another position that Chelsea have been talking about. Now, we know they've closed the chapter on the AC Milan goalkeeper Mike Maignan, but could they still sign a goalkeeper over the course of this summer?
Very good question. I don't want to make myself a hostage to fortune, but standing here today, my information is that Chelsea are not actively trying to sign a goalkeeper. Now, having said that, I wouldn't be surprised if they did sign a goalkeeper because we don't know what's going to happen in the next 2 months of the transfer window. But they've got 4 goalkeepers at the moment. They're pretty happy with those 4 goalkeepers. I think one of those 4 will move on loan to Strasbourg. One of them will be sold. So possibly they could sign another goalkeeper. I don't know. Sometimes you've got to hold your hand up and say, I don't know what's going to happen. My information is they're not actively looking for one, but I wouldn't be surprised if they did sign one. Could it be Emi Martinez? There have been lots of reports that he will leave Aston Villa this summer. Now, I believe that Chelsea have a lot of respect for Emi Martinez. They think he's a great goalkeeper. Of course, he's somebody who's won the World Cup, but at the moment, he is not an active Chelsea target.